Your referees for this evening will be Magic Berenji. The assistant referee number 1 will be Eduardo Mariscal. On the other sideline, assistant referee number 2 will be his twin brother, Apolinar Mariscal. And the 4th official, the one who has to listen to the shouting of David Irving and Jesus Rico Sanz, will be Ryan Van Dyne.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. USL Pro Soccer.
So players getting their way to make it out onto the field. Let's go down and listen to the introductions.
Los Angeles Blues. And now the starting lineup for today's opponent, the Wilmington Hammerheads. Number 1, goalkeeper, Phil Tuttle. Number 24, defender, Sean Utterson. Number 19, defender, Jamal Wallace. Number 5, defender, Daniel Stern. Number 3, defender, Uriah Benedict. Number 12, midfielder, Sean Nickman. Number 4, captain, midfielder, Paul Nicholson. Number 7, midfielder, Aaron Patrick. Number 26, midfielder, Corey Elamo. Number 20, forward, Will Haney. Number 16, forward, Kyle Gray. The head coach of the Hammerheads is David Irving. And now introducing your Los Angeles Blues. Number 1, goalkeeper, Carl Wazinski. Number 6, defender, Corey Miller. Number 15, defender, Adrian Dubois. Number 16, defender, Hunter Hearn. Number 3, defender, Jimmy Turner. Number 12, midfielder, Matt Hall. Number 7, midfielder and captain, Allan Russell. Number 17, midfielder, Rodrigo Lopez. Number 27, forward, Shay Spitz. Number 20, forward, Gabriel Gonzalez. Number 13, forward, Mershad Momeni. The head coach of the Blues is Jesus Rico Sanz. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. USL Pro and the Los Angeles Blues promote good sportsmanship by athletes, coaches, and fans.
So all set for kickoff here at Titan Stadium as the LA Blues Back after a 3-game road trip, looking to get back above 500. They are now 3-3 facing off the Wilmington Hammerheads, playing just their second game of the season, coming off of a 2-0 win over Antigua Barracuda. The Blues will be in their all-blue home kit, attacking from left to right across your screen. Well, Wilmington will be in their alternate kit, traveling from right to left. Final handshake between the two captains. Once again, your referees for tonight are Magic Berengi in the center. The assistant referees are twins Eduardo Mariscal, number 1, and Apolinar Mariscal, number 2. And the fourth official is Ryan Van Dyne. Teams going through their final huddles. LA Blues coming off of a 2-game losing streak. Started their 3-game road trip off well enough with a commanding 3-1 win in Phoenix, but then a pair of 3-2 losses in Florida to Orlando City and then VSI Tampa Bay. So looking to get back in the win column tonight and also back into the clean sheet column after conceding 6 goals in their last 2 games. Have given up just 8 goals in their first 6 games, but to give up 6 goals in their last 2 games is something Jesus Rico Sanz was not happy about and something that he worked very hard on in training this week. Team went over the film, talked about times where they overcommitted on defense or where they weren't aggressive enough. So that one thing that the back line especially has to watch is all stepping up in unison. They got caught on the game-winning goal against VSI Tampa Bay, where 2 players stepped up and a third of that 3-man center back line did not, and that is how Budny was able to get through and score the game-winning goal. And that's something you're going to have to be very careful about against this very direct Wilmington Hammerhead side. And Gabriel Gonzalez in the center, the 25-year-old getting set to kick off to Rodrigo Roro Lopez. Gonzalez with 2 assists this season. Lopez, of course, leading the league with 4. Right away, he gets it off to Shay Spitz. Good tackle by Russell in midfield. And that's a hard tackle from Nicholson. And this is going to be a card right away. And it's a straight red card. 18 seconds in. Wilmington Hammerheads down to 10 men. And Russell still down on the ground. Paul Nicholson, the former All-American, is off in just the first minute of play. As Russell went in with a hard tackle, did win the ball, and Nicholson, with a bit of retaliation,
Let's give a round of applause to number 7, our captain, Mr. Russell.
As he went right through the back of Russell, and Magic Berengi sending him off. Usually referees don't even go to their pocket this early in the game, but I guess Berengi saw the studs up, and if Nicholson came in over the ball and his studs were showing, then he has to go no matter what the minute is. But Magic Berengi not afraid to go to his pocket early, and it's a red card. And how that changes the complexion of the game. Just 18 seconds in, and Wilmington are down to 10 men. Roro Lopez to take this free kick. And after over a minute and 20-second delay, play is back underway. This ball flighted over the head of Shay Spitz, and Bentic will head it out. Hall. Connor Hearn. Well, the LA Blues were hoping to establish a possession game. It should be easier now that there's one less player on the field for the Wilmington Hammerheads. David Irving told me that Wilmington were going to come out in a 4-3-3, but now it looks like they're going to have to go to a 4-5-1 now that Nicholson is off. Hall, wingback who loves to get forward, Usually puts in a better service than that, but the 25-year-old slips, and it'll be a goal kick for Philip Tuttle. Tuttle was drafted by San Jose in 2011, but didn't sign a contract. Spent last year with the Harrisburg City Islanders, but was usurped for the #1 jersey last season and has now come over to Wilmington Hammerheads in search of playing time.
You can secure your 2013 season seats now for only $99. That includes all regular season, Open Cup, exhibition, and playoff matches.
So that goes over the head of William Heaney, and it will be a throw-in for Matthew Hall.
Season pass for only $49. Visit the fan table tonight to purchase or for more information.
Blues coming out. What's really a 3-4-3 formation? They have 3 center backs and then 2 wing backs with Allan Russell and Rodrigo Lopez in the middle, and then a 3-man front line of Shay Spitz, who loses that header, along with Gabriel Gonzalez in the middle and Mershad Momeni on the far side. As Lopez and Russell will look to dictate the pace of the game for the Blues from the center of midfield. They're the ones who control the tempo, decide when to press and when to keep the ball. So you see the 2 of them connecting there in the 5th minute. Still 0-0 at Titan Stadium, but Wilmington Hammerheads down to 10 men after just 18 seconds as this ball played in behind Gonzalez, and Shay Spitz scores his first ever goal in an LA Blues jersey. It's a nightmare start for Wilmington, but a dream start for the LA Blues. Up 1-0 and up on a man advantage.
Los Angeles Blues goal scored by number 27, Shay Spitz. The assist goes to number 3, Jimmy.
That was good play down the left-hand side. James Turner getting forward, and he gets his first ever assist in the USL Pros. He plays it for Shay Spitz, but where was the marking? All alone. Is an easy finish in the end, but credit to Spitz. He makes no mistake hammering it home. And Spitz, who played his college ball here at Cal State Fullerton, scores his first goal for the LA Blues in his 2 seasons with the club. 1-0 in the 6th minute. Two players to find in the box for Wilmington. Momeni coming back to close down. Wozinski screaming at his side to get forward. Not out quick enough, though, so this is sprayed to Heaney. Well, they do get the job done. Rico Sanz will be happy with that. Wozinski yelling, step, step. The back line gets up in unison, and Heaney is offside. Blues looking to spread the field early, keep it on the ground. Spitz making a diagonal run, opens up the space for Gonzalez in the center. Taken away by Wilmington. Bentic, 24-year-old rookie out of Liberty University, has represented Trinidad and Tobago at the under-20 international level. Despite being down a man, Wilmington has had some good possession. Now it's just a matter of getting more players forward. Good pass in the middle from Elenio out wide. Elenio gets forward, 3 players to pick out in the box. It's Heaney on the far side, being watched by Hall. Heaney trying to create some space, well policed by Matthew Hall. And Heaney able to get the cross off. Hall is there, but he does concede the first corner kick of the game. Good work from the 22-year-old Englishman, Heaney. Grew up in Newcastle United's academy. Spent last season with Gretna in the Scottish Football League. And it'll be former Columbus Crew man Corey Elenio to take this corner kick. It's going to be an in-swinger from the near side. 2 players trying to screen Wozinski. Another player running across him. This ball sent to the back post. Oh, and that's a poor clearance. And Corey Miller able to get it out. But that's exactly how the Blues gave up their goal against Orlando City. It was a ball sent, flicked onto the back post, and the marking at the back post wasn't good enough. And that's how Orlando was to score one of their 3 goals on the night. Aaron Patrick. This ball cleared out, but good early pressure from 10-men Wilmington. If you're just joining us, Paul Nicholson sent off after just 18 seconds for going through the back of Allan Russell in a slide tackle right in the center circle. Barely see referees go to the book that early, let alone give a red card. So here comes the overlap for Turner on the far side. Only Momeni in the box, tries to find him just beyond the reach of Momeni and right into the hands of Philip Tuttle. Tuttle taking his time, urging his Wilmington Hammerhead side to get forward. Well, Dubois heading that forward. Perhaps had time to give a little backheader to Wozinski, but instead possession is conceded deep in their area. Looking for a long here throw. Corey Miller able to get his head onto it. Jostling in the corner. And it falls to Miller once again. It'll be a throw for the LA Blues in the 10th minute of play. Blues with the 1-0 lead, courtesy of Shay Spitz on an assist from Jimmy Turner. And goal scorer gives it off to Russell. Quick 1-2 with Hall. Lopez. Spitz. Hall venturing forward. Russell thought about the early ball, only has one player to find the top of the box. Instead, the Blues electing to keep it on the ground. It's going to be a free kick as Momeni goes to ground. The Hammerheads not at all happy with Magic Beringi, the center referee so far. So it's going to be Shay Spitz to send this one in. Look for him to float it either toward the penalty spot or try and curl it to the back corner of the 6. So the tall trees are up from the back. Corey Miller and Dubois are in the mix. And instead it's played short. Lopez looking for the shot, hits it well, but over the bar. Never a bad idea to mix it up a little bit. Lopez looking for his 2nd goal of the season, struck from the penalty spot, but it was consolation in the 89th minute of that 3-2 loss against Orlando City. That was played in front of a record crowd for Orlando City of just over 9,000. With a win tonight, the LA Blues can temporarily take over first place. Allan Russell's whistled for the foul. And when you're down to 10 men, the best way to get back into games is often on set pieces, so any ball with inside the half you can expect might be driven into the box. 6 players forward for the Wilmington Hammerheads. That's a good ball driven in a bit deep. Wozinski takes it off the hop. Russell. Just look at how Russell looks for the ball on every pass. He'll make that pass and move to it right away. Hall. Hearn in support. as the Blues look to roll the ball around on the carpet once again. One nothing here in favor of LA Blues in the 13th minute of play at Titan Stadium. Mark Serba with you. Hope you're enjoying our coverage on USL Nation, provided by Liquid Event TV. And a special welcome to all of you listening back in Wilmington, North Carolina. Russell. Bit ambitious from the Scotsman. He acknowledges that that wasn't the best option, putting his hand in the air. And Tuttle was the #1 goalkeeper at Harrisburg last season until Nick Noble came over after being waived by the LA Galaxy, and Noble kept that #1 jersey all the way into the playoffs. And so Tuttle coming over to the Wilmington Hammerheads. Miller almost with a few awkward moments, but he's able to salvage the situation. Turner, inside for Gonzalez. Calmness personified to keep that ball under pressure, Gonzalez. And Russell to orchestrate the attack once again. Spitz coming deep into the midfield from his forward position. And it's Turner getting forward. Gonzalez in the channel, looking to create a half yard of space. Hall screaming for it on the far side. Skips beyond Bentic. And that was a dangerous ball in from Hall. Wilmington not out of the woods yet. So Russell will get there first and keep it in the offensive half for the LA Blues. Clipped in. Spitz trying to get on the inside of Bentic, but the Trinidadian wins the header. Pressure from Lopez forces it all the way back to Tuttle. Good control from Heaney, but Gonzalez read it. And the Blues content to keep possession in the 16th minute, leading 1-0 on a 5th minute goal from Shay Spitz. Long searching ball for Turner on the far side. One touch in for Gonzalez. Wilmington doing very well to follow their marks. Spitz. Wallace stepped in well. Bentic. All 10 players still in their own half. Wilmington's going to make it hard to go forward. As the Blues press up and win it back, and the counter could be on. Spitz wants his second. Oh, it's a brilliant strike. It's Mershad Momeni. Thought about taking his shirt off, and instead realized he would have gotten a yellow card. But what a strike from the Iranian Mershad Momeni. Nothing Tuttle could do about that, as Momeni saw he had the space and teed it up, and it was an absolute beauty. Well, Momeni's goal debut came 2 years ago in the US Open Cup against Hollywood United, and he scored 2 goals just like this in the 3-1 win in the first round of that year's US Open Cup. Just look at this first strike. 2-0 in the 17th minute. Everything going the LA Blues way, 17 minutes in. Leading 2-0 and up a man. Paul Nicholson sent off after just 18 seconds for a tackle through the back of Allan Russell. And then goals in the 5th minute from Shay Spitz and the 17th minute from Mershad Momeni. Momeni's shot already a candidate for goal of the week as we're just 2 games into the latest round of USL Pro matches. Russell in the channel for Hall. Back to Spitz. Spitz looking for a second. That shot was always rising. But a great look from Hall. So many players, their instinct would be to just drive that across the face of the 6. But Hall had the presence of mind to pick his head up and pull it back for Spitz. And what Spitz is doing so well is he's making these deep runs into the box. He's carrying his defender in. But then he takes a couple steps back and creates that space between him and his defender. And that's what allowed him to score the first goal and almost pick out that upper far corner for the second. The LA Blues now top of the league in scoring with 12 goals through their first 6 games in 19 minutes. It's a team that only scored 26 goals in 24 games last year. Wilmington last year were just 2-6-4 on the road. Hoping to improve on that this season, but it's very hard when you go down to 10 men within the first minute. The LA Blues, though, give them credit. They've taken full advantage, continuing to press with real venom. As this long ball into the box, cleared away by Jamel Wallace. Gonzalez. Space for another outside blast. It was Rodrigo Lopez just missing the far corner. We've had one very well-worked goal, one sensational strike, and 2 very near misses for the LA Blues, who lead 2-0 here at Titan Stadium in the 20th minute of play. So after that red card, Wilmington have had to change their formation from a 4-3-3 to a 4-5-1, as this time it's Spitz running 1-on-3. Bentic, 24-year-old rookie out of Liberty College. Heaney. And Hall not neglecting his defensive duties. Elenio was looking for the 1-2, but it was a bit of a missed touch from Kyle Gregg. Greg Hall on his lonesome up top. Had a sensational debut with the game-winning goal against Antigua Barracuda. Also had a goal disallowed for offsides, and he hit the post. As Gabriel Gonzalez whistled for the foul. "25-year-old Gonzalez, formerly with the Ventura County Fusion, also played his college ball at Cal Baptist, just down the road, about half an hour down the 91 from Cal State Fullerton. Tuttle, really nothing he could do on both goals, taking this free kick. Looking for the knockdown for Sean Nicklaw, but it was played behind him. Wallace does well to keep it in. Oh, Elenio slips, and the counterattack could be on here for Rodrigo Lopez. Rather played it behind Momeni. You can see that the Blues have a 3-man back line in the center, but then when they lose the ball, Turner and Matthew Hall will drop back. So as the wingbacks coming back in, it's almost like a 5-man defense. Sometimes it'll be a 4-man defense when the Blues have the ball because the player on the side of the ball will pinch up down the wing looking to get involved in the attack, while the other player on the far side, the other wingback, will look to pinch inside and then drop back once the ball is lost. Second offside on the night, this one against Nicklaw. 24-year-old from San Diego, has 7 caps for Guam. Nicola joining this season from HB Koji in the Denmark top flight. He, along with Wallace, both played their college ball at UConn. Spitz running at the defense. Nice little move to elude steers. Good idea into the channel for Hall, but played with a bit too much mustard. Russell not at all happy with himself for over-kicking that pass. Still a 2-0 lead, though, for the Blues in the 24th minute. Mark Serber with you here on USL Nation. Hope you're enjoying our coverage being provided by Liquid Event TV. Blues will be in action again next weekend against Pittsburgh for a Cinco de Mayo battle, first ever time that the Riverhounds will make their way out to the West Coast for USL Pro action. Meanwhile, Wilmington will have just a day to recover before facing off against Phoenix at Sun Devil Stadium on Sunday night. Good turn in the middle. Patrick floats it over to the near side. Hint of a handball from Bentic, but the referee leaves play on. Heaney. Bentic getting forward. Good defensive shape from the LA Blues. Plenty of balance and cover as Lopez wins the throw-in.
Keep it going.
Lopez. Spitz, scorer of the first goal in the 5th minute of play. Russell, Turner. Hall screaming for the ball on this near side. Now he gets it. Has Momeni in front of him, but let's go back to Lopez. Tried to connect with Spitz, wasn't wise to it, and a chance for Wilmington to break. Bentic. Patrick. Patrick's an assistant coach at his alma mater, Bethel College. He and Heaney actually spent March playing in a pro soccer tour in Turkey, where they played against a few professional sides. That part, for them at least, part of a very grueling preseason for Wilmington Hammerheads in which they had 9 matches. Heaney with the interception. Elenio. Good build-up from Wilmington. An excellent tracking back from Momeni to win the ball for the Blues. Lopez. I would love to hear what Wilmington Hammerheads head coach David Irving thought of that red card. He's never shy of giving you his real opinion, David Irving. So it'll be interesting to see what he thought and also what words he had for the 4th official after that call was given. Lopez. Up top, Spitz and Momeni interchanging positions fluidly, while Gonzalez seems like he's happier to be camped out in the center, but now Gonzalez cutting back in the midfield a bit, and it opens up the space behind him for Hall to take that vacuum, but Tuttle quickly off his line. That was very Barcelona-esque. You have that 3 men, and if no one's close to the top of the box and they all come back a little bit, yeah, it means there aren't players forward, but it also creates that vacuum for a player from midfield to make that run into the space, and that's what central defenders hate, not knowing who they should pick up. Central defenders' favorite kind of striker is a classic number 9 that doesn't really move too much and just likes to target up, because as a center half, you don't have to do too much movement to follow him. You just stay with him. You're not running from side to side to try to keep up with him or guess who's going to take their space. Heaney wins the header but has nobody forward. Turner. Plenty of green to eat up. Now closed down. Turner took a knock, but the referee waves play on. Spitz. A full of confidence Spitz as he weaves his way through the midfield. Turner looks to be all right as Spitz makes his way into the corner. Somehow able to win the ball, but Wallace wins the battle. Gonzalez very deep now. Another thing Blues players are doing very well is those 3 men across the front line. Somebody will check into the midfield, but if it's not on, they will check out, and then somebody else will take that space that was just vacated. Elenio. Greg. And the rookie wins a free kick. And it's going to be a yellow card for James Turner for what the referee saw as a cynical foul, trying to slow down the counterattack. It's going to be Heaney over this free kick once again, as everything in their half will be floated into the box. Wallace, Bentic, Elenio, Craig all getting forward. Steers is up there as well. Is this one played deep? Nobody following the runners. Luckily, from a Blues perspective, it skips all the way through to Wozinski. Just over the half-hour mark here at Titan Stadium, the LA Blues with a 2-0 lead, courtesy of goals in the 5th minute from Shay Spitz, and then Mershad Momeni in the 17th. All that happening after Paul Nicholson sent off just 18 seconds into the game for a rash challenge in the center of the field on Allan Russell. Russell okay, though, as he's on the ball. Spitz checking in, has a pocket to run into. Hall trying to curl it around the first defender. Unable to control it was Gonzalez. Good job by the Blues to play out of traffic. Just a bit too far ahead of Hall. It'll be a throw in for Bentic in the 33rd. Belenio. Good triangle passing.
Let's go, fans. It's too quiet. Make some noise.
Hard challenge from Kyle Craig, but a very fair one. Wins the throw-in. 23-year-old rookie joining from the Kansas City Brass this season. Already a goal on his debut, but he's been isolated tonight up top. Really on an island out there in that, what's a 4-4-1 now that Nicholson's been sent off.
Learn more about Dr. DePauli by visiting www.depaoli-dentistry.com.
Wozinski already has garnered Player of the Week honors for the shutout he had against Orlando City, in which he made 5 or 6 sensational saves to keep Orlando City off the board before George Davis IV scored in the 81st minute.
Is the league's official online video channel and features exclusive behind-the-scenes content.
Some pretty one-touch passing, get the ball forward, but eventually cut out by Wallace. And this is Bentic on the near side.
Archive footage of tonight's match.
Hall. Still making that run forward, Hall, but it does open the space on the far side. Spitz. One too many touches, Spitz, as he had Turner on the far touchline. Chance for a counter from Wilmington. Lovely movement from Nicklaw. Craig looking to tee one up. Drags his shot well wide of Wozinski's goal. So another chance goes begging for the Wilmington Hammerheads.
The official hotel of the Los Angeles Blues is the Marriott, located right on the campus of Cal State Fullerton. Mention the Blues and get a discounted fan rate.
Well, Corey Miller has his own fan section over in the far corner. Corey Miller's really become a leader along that back line. 24-year-old who joined from the Carolina Railhawks last season. That's Hall. Marauding forward once again. Nice little flick on from Momeni, wants it back. Closed down before he could unleash one. Russell thinking about teeing one up. This one a bit closer to goal, but still not on frame from Allan Russell. Space is there, no, why not have a shot? Just need to make the goalkeeper work from there. Perhaps Wilmington a bit guilty of what Jesus Rico Sens didn't want from his side. They're dropping off a bit too much into the box, dropping off a bit too far, and that's what allowed Momeni to take his shot from distance. That's what allowed Russell to try that shot from just outside the top of the box. They need to step up a little bit quicker. Oh, Hearn slips, and Elenio could be in. Trying to pick out the far corner. Blocked by Adrien Dubois. Hall. Keep possession in the 37th minute of play. Momeni tried to touch it on for Spitz. They need to tell him that he had time to turn that one himself. It's a little miscommunication from 2 goal scorers, but it won't matter as the ball comes all the way back to Wozinski. All he's had to do with is 2 deep free kicks sent into his box that skipped right to him. Other than that, hasn't really faced any shots on goal. Gonzalez. Lopez. Former Chivas man thinking about the shot. Unloads right at Tuttle, who was well positioned. But once again, it's that little pocket of space just above that circle on top of the box that Wilmington is not stepping into, and it's allowing those efforts from distance for the LA Blues. Missed touch from the rookie Turner. Got his first professional point, though, on the assist of Shay Spitz's goal in the USL. Would like to send out a warm welcome to Evan Mundane, listening in Texas. Hope that you're doing well and enjoying the coverage tonight, Evan. One of the Blues' most fervent supporters, and also a kid who knows a lot about soccer. You listen to him, and I think he's just a teenager, but he's very wise beyond his years when it comes to talking about the beautiful game. Things not so beautiful for Wilmington at the moment, though. Looking to get on the scoreboard, trailing 2-0 and down to 10 men.
The Los Angeles Blues. Dr. Velasquez is located in the city of Brea. Learn more about Dr. Velasquez by contacting him at 714-990.
Dubois was lucky that that bounce went right to his goalkeeper.
Once again, 714-990-1318. Come on, fans, make some noise!
Spitz. Free kick for the LA Blues. Once again, Haney disagrees. 22-year-old's going to have to be careful. He's had some choice words for the referee. A good sequence of passing from the Blues. Nice combinations to open up that space. The Blues moving the ball nicely on the ground, but their movement just so sharp off it, and that's what's creating that space for the Blues.
Back on his feet, number 13.
And the good news is that Mershad Momeni looks to be all right.
Let's go, fans.
It's Spitz and Lopez over the ball. Lopez, 4 assists, many of them coming off of set pieces such as this, but instead it's going to be Spitz. Not his best effort. Opportunity goes begging in the end as we're inside the final 5 minutes of first half normal time. Have to imagine, though, that there will be some stoppage time. After that red card to Nicholson, there was about 1 minute and 20 seconds that elapsed. Then we've had another yellow card, 2 goals, and a couple of fouls. My guess would be around 3 minutes.
Blues home game will be Cinco de Mayo. Kickoff will be at 5 p.m. Once again, Cinco de Mayo at 5.
So after this road trip for the Wilmington Hammerheads tonight here and then against Phoenix, they will head home to face Richmond and Rochester before going back on the road to face Charleston in a rematch of the 2012 USL Pro title game. Wilmington with a real continuity of their side. 11 players returning from last season, as it looks like Momeni's going to need a change as he has walked himself off the field and lied down for treatment. You have to wonder, he has to stay on the field, though, because if he rolls off without the referee's permission, he could get a yellow card. So far, Momeni staying on, and now the ball's kicked out. Momeni asking permission to leave the field, and now he does walk over the touchline, as a substitution needs to be made for Momeni. So the goal scorer is off in the 42nd minute after that foul. And Jesus Rico Sanz has to go to his bench perhaps a bit earlier than he wanted to.
Entering the game, number 11, forward, George Davis, the 4th.
Coming on for him is the Blues' leading goal scorer, George Davis, the 4th. Was scoring goals for fun at Dayton in 2011 and then hit a dry spell. No goals last year with the LA Blues or on loan in the second half of the season with Orlando City, but has come back and has been back to his very best here for the LA Blues with 3 goals so far, including the winner on opening night against Phoenix. The Blues really need to keep their focus, getting a bit too lackadaisical, trying to be a bit too fancy at times, just need to get back to the basics.
Substitution into the game. Number 11.
As here comes George Davis IV. That will not change the formation for the Blues as he joins the three-man line up top. So it's a straight swap with George Davis IV coming in for Mershad Momeni. The flick on from Craig was looking for Haney. That will be the opposite 16, Hearn, sending it to the far side. Final minute and a half of first half normal time. Hearn. Russell. Lopez's ball a bit too far forward for George Davis IV, and Tuttle will clear. Good win by Patrick in the midfield. 75 minutes on his debut for the Wilmington Hammerheads against Antigua Barracuda. Patrick. It's the Blues just looking to pass out this first half. Patrick stepped in well again. Lopez continuing to orchestrate the attack. Inside for George Davis IV. Can't fight his way through the center and outside back, who did well to close him off and shield that ball for Tuttle. Into first half stoppage time. No sign from the fourth officials. I think he's just walking over and telling each coach. So we're not sure how much stoppage time there will be here on USL Nation, but we're 10 seconds deep so far. Jamel Wallace with the header.
Come on, fans, make some noise!
But so far, Wilmington have had trouble establishing any sort of possession game tonight. Hall. Smart from Gonzalez. Lopez. Russell. Gonzalez. He turns and fires. Well wide in the end. Well, perhaps time for one more attack for Wilmington. Can they steal one before halftime and get themselves back into the match? Tuttle's goal kicks have been solid tonight. Just over the head of Nicola. Nicola was called for a foul. Hearn. Lopez. Referee checks his watch, and that will do it for the first half. It's been a walk in the park for the LA Blues, as after just 18 seconds, Paul Nicholson was sent off for a tackle through the back of Allan Russell. And from then on, It was very, very hard for Wilmington as the Blues pressed and took full advantage, scoring just a few minutes later. Shay Spitz in the 5th minute off of a cross from Jimmy Turner. And then 12 minutes later, Mershad Momeni with a beautiful blast from well outside the area, about 25 yards out, picked out the far corner. He would have to go off after an injury in the 42nd minute, but on for him is George Davis. So the Blues with a man advantage, leading 2-0 at a halftime. We're going to take a break here on USL Nation from a commentary standpoint, but still plenty to come. And then the second half in 15 short minutes, it's the Los Angeles Blues 2 and the Wilmington Hammerheads nothing after 45.
Hi, I'm Dr. Karen DePauli of DePauli Dentistry, the official team dentist for the LA Blues. Whether you're an athlete, a soccer mom or dad, or a grandparent, you have people that depend on you to be your very best. Poor oral health can steal your heart health, your brain health, even your metabolism. Join the many satisfied patients at DePauli Dentistry and let us help you enjoy the peace of mind of good health and wellness. Go Blues!
The Fullerton Marriott is proud to be the official hotel of the Los Angeles Blues. Located on campus at Cal State Fullerton, we are within walking distance of Titan Stadium. Looking for a place to tailgate? Join us at the Hit Penny Pub for game day drink specials. And don't forget to ask about our special fan rates available on home game nights. See you soon at the Fullerton Marriott. Go Blues!
Anytime you bring it to now, this is not wow. See who does this, bring it down.
Hi, welcome to Los Angeles Blues TV. I'm Mark Serban. Alongside me is David Bacall. And David, first of all, thank you so much for joining us, and welcome to the LA Blues.
Thank you.
And you played your first game against the Phoenix Wolves, came in as a substitute in the second half. Just talk about that, your experience coming in and your first game as a professional.
Yeah, it felt great. I was definitely a little nervous. It was my first game playing pro soccer. But, the guys who started the game really set the tone and really made it easy for me. We were keeping the ball great, and I got in there. I had a lot of time, a lot of space, and the passes were easy to come by. So it was a good start.
And what does it mean to you to call yourself a professional soccer player, to get to put on that LA Blues jersey?
It means a lot. It's been a dream really my whole life. At times I never really thought that it was actually going to come true. So signing that contract, getting on the team, and really putting the jersey on last Saturday really meant a lot. It was a great experience.
And obviously, first win, great job by the team. Now, the last year the LA Blues didn't make the playoffs. What's different this year? What has the team really been working on to make sure that this year we compete with the best?
I think we have a really, really strong group of players. The coaches have been working on us really hard to really maintain our defense, their discipline on defense and our work rate. And offensively, we have guys who can really keep the ball and make other teams work. And we know that if we stick to our game plan, teams are going to have a very difficult time beating us, and we know that's going to carry us far throughout the season.
And tell us about your experience with the crowd in that first game and what it meant to you to have those fans come out and support the LA Blues.
Yeah, it was big time. Sitting on the bench to start and kind of peeking up behind me and seeing all the fans, it was really cool. And running out there, there was a bunch of guys with drums, like a whole cheering section. And so definitely wasn't used to it, and it was definitely really cool. Definitely was a great atmosphere.
Were there any players when you first came into camp that you were kind of in awe of, or wow, I can't believe he just did that, or kind of caught your eye?
Yeah, definitely there's definitely a lot of really talented guys on the team. I think the one that really stands out is Allan, our captain. He just, every day he's working hard. He's really a lead by example guy, and definitely look up to him a lot.
And how's the mood between this group of players? Because it is technically a new group, only 7 returning players. What's the mood like in the locker room and during practice?
Yeah, it's been a great team. Everybody gets along really well. Everybody's always joking around. We know we have a long season. We've been in training camp for about 3 months now, so everyone's starting to get familiar with each other. But yeah, I think we're all just really excited about getting some more games under our belt and really winning these games and showing the league that we can compete.
And obviously you have a groin injury right now. How are you feeling? When do you hope to get back into training and everything?
It was pretty minor. It was just last Friday. I kind of tweaked it a little bit, so I was hoping I'd be ready for today, but it looks like hopefully by next Wednesday's game against Orlando, I'll be back. So hopefully back to training maybe on Friday.
And you came up with Warren Barton, general manager, with new head coach Jesus Rico Sanz. What does it mean for you to come over from the San Diego Flash with those guys?
Yeah, it's been really cool. I've played with the Flash for the past 2 years with those coaches, and I really got a lot of respect for those guys. And I was really thankful when I got the phone call saying that they're going to bring me up here. So yeah, it's definitely cool to be in this new professional environment, but still have that kind of familiarity I have with the coaches from my previous team. So.
And obviously a lot of Flash players on this roster as well. I'm sure that's helped you settle in too.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's maybe 6 or 7 of us who are coming up. So yeah, it's always nice to have familiar faces when you're in a new environment. So it's been really good.
Now, obviously only one game in, but I'm sure you've watched a lot and know about the league. What are the differences between the NPSL and the USL Pro?
There's a lot of differences. Obviously, the level in general is just a lot higher. NPSL, there's a lot of teams that really can't compete, and a lot of players who, who struggle and who really wouldn't be able to make it at this level. USL Pro, every team is good, every player is really good, so you really have to be ready to compete every single game.
And speaking about competing, what are the Blues' goals for this season?
Our goal is to win the whole thing. Warren said that from the start, that we're not here just to have fun. We're not here just to kind of mess around. We're here to win this whole league, and I think the team has really taken that message to heart.
And what are your personal goals as a professional?
Just to get better every day. Help my team in as many ways that I can, whether I'm starting, coming off the bench, or playing in practice, just to work my hardest and do the best, help the team achieve our goal of winning it all.
Okay, and after that first game, what was the confidence level running through the team?
I think it was definitely very high. We knew we were a good team, but it's always tough to kind of play that first game and see how you stack up against your competition, but we felt pretty confident that, you know, we really brought it to Phoenix. So.
Both teams back onto the field here at Titans Stadium. The LA Blues with a 2-0 lead at halftime over the Wilmington Hammerheads also have a man advantage as Paul Nicholson was sent off after just 18 minutes. Goals in the 5th minute from Shay Spitz off of a feed from Jimmy Turner, and then a rocket of a shot from Mershad Momeni, who then after departed due to injury in the 42nd minute. Other scores from around the league at full time, it's the Charlotte Eagles 2 and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds 0. And the Dayton Dutch Lions also won 1-0 on a goal from Shorts and Druber over VSI Tampa Bay. So with Tampa Bay losing and Orlando City idle, if the Blues win tonight, then they will go to the top of the USL Pro League. And for all updates, you can follow the USL Pro on Twitter at USL Pro is their handle. And, of course, follow them on the website at uslsoccer.com and on Facebook as well. USL everywhere, all across your social media. Carl Wozinski warming up in the goal to your right as the LA Blues going through their final huddle. Be interesting to see if David Irving made any changes for the Wilmington Hammerheads at halftime, considering that they're playing down to 10 men. They've done a good job defensively keeping their shape. They just need to step up and not concede so much space to the Blues, especially right around the top of the box where the second goal originated from, and plenty of chances as well. Also, now trailing 2-0, Wilmington might as well just go for it. I think they would rather lose 5-3 than lose 2-0. They need to get players forward. Kyle Craig has been on an island, isolated, alone up top. So he needs to be joined by the likes of Haney, Elenio, and Nicola in getting forward. Might as well go for it down to 10 men and down 2-0, the Wilmington Hammerheads. Finalists last year, losing to the Charleston Battery 1-0 in the USL Pro Championship game. It's so far 1-0 to start the season with a 2-0 win over Antigua Barracuda, but in trouble tonight. Still plenty to play here, though, and being down to 10 men doesn't really mean that much. As it will be the Hammerheads to kick off the second half, attacking from left to right across your screen. Blues attacking from right to left. Nicola had time to bring it down, but he misjudged the flight of the ball. Turner. Free kick for the LA Blues.
Foul called on Hammerhead, number 20.
As William Haney whistled for the foul. Russell. Turner. Couldn't slip it all the way through for George Davis IV, and this is Utterson. Good strong win by Corey Miller. And this will be brought back as the referee's assistant whistled for a free kick when Miller was challenged.
Free kick for the LA Blues.
Miller looks to have taken a knock, but he's a tough customer. I expect him to get up. Spitz slipped as he tried to let it run across his body. Good anticipation from Turner. Thought he'd overrun it, but Utterson slipped as well, allowing Turner to win it back. Lopez tried the fancy flick, didn't work out. And now Wilmington getting forward. 2-on-3. An excellent job to come over and support from Connor Hearn. Turner getting forward once again. So now looks like more of a 4-3-2 for the Wilmington Hammerheads. So going with 2 up top instead of just 1. Lopez. Beautiful ball into the channel for Hall. Good cross in. Davis with a heavy touch. Not the best of clearances, though, from Wilmington. Lopez just looking to keep the ball. Blues looking for their 3rd clean sheet of the season. Already had clean sheets in the wins over Phoenix and Orlando. Both of them here at Titan Stadium. This is a Blues team that went just 4-6-2 at home last season. Less than 45 minutes away, though, from going 3-1 at home so far. Gonzalez posting up. Had Spitz and Davis running off of him, but is well defended by the Hammerheads. Elenio, 26-year-old looking for options. Was able to split Turner and Russell. Gets it right back from Craig. The Hammerheads screaming for a deflection, but they won't get it. Davis. Well, Gonzalez didn't make the run. Spitz was ghosting in on a diagonal behind him, but it was cleared away by Steres. Greg. Heaney. Bentic on the overlap. Instead, Heaney tries to thread it through. Quickly off his line is Wozinski to quell the danger. 50th minute now from Titan Stadium. The LA Blues with a 2-0 lead over 10-men Wilmington Hammerheads. That ball sprayed to the far side, was searching for Hall, but Bentic was able to get ahead on it. Wilmington are without Cody Arnault, Gareth Evans, and Daniel Roberts, as well as goalkeeper Troy Hernandez. None of them made the trip. So once again, the Hammerheads traveling with just 1 goalkeeper for these 2 matches against the Blues and then Sunday night versus Phoenix Wolves. Dubois with the header. And when you have time on the header like that, it needs to be a bit more measured as Wilmington win it back. This time Miller whistled for going over the back. There'll be another chance for Wilmington to get back into this match via the set piece. The Cavalry coming up from the back in Wallace and Steres. Craig, Patrick, and Elenio getting in there as well. You see them all camping out at the top of the left side of the box. Look for that ball to be sent to either the penalty spot or deep toward the back corner of that 6 on the far side. Heaney stands over the free kick once again, and a bit too deep. It wouldn't have counted as the offside flag was up. Good services from Heaney, but if they're about 2 yards further away from Wozinski, 2 yards a bit more shallow, Wilmington might have had something on the 3 free kicks they've had from just inside the midfield stripe. This possession cheaply conceded in midfield by the Blues. 1 goal for 10-men Wilmington would change the complexion of this game completely. But once again, the ball safely into the hands of Wozinski in the 52nd minute. Russell coming back very deep in between the lines of defense and midfield to get that ball. Beautiful distribution out to Hall. Acres of space on the right-hand side, but a poor cross in the end. Overhit. It'll just be a goal kick for Tuttle. Nicola with a good flick on. Lenio unable to control. Miller will give it back to Dubois. Little touch off for Hearn. The Blues love playing at Titan Stadium. So much space to spread out the field. As Hall gets forward once again. Spitz coming in short. Hall played it about 5 yards in front of him. Good skill from Haney to keep it in. Elenio will get it back to Bentic. A 2-man front line for Wilmington, outnumbered by the 3-man back line of the LA Blues. Turner. Unable to skip past Utterson, so he goes back with it to Rodriguez. George Davis IV dispossessed, but it'll be a foul on Patrick. So it looks like the Blues are getting ready to make their second substitution of the evening.
Substitution for the LA Blues. Into the game, number 9, forward, Cortez.
And Chris Cortez is going to check in for Turner. This will be interesting to see what the Blues do here, because Cortez is an out-and-out striker. So Turner leaves in the 55th minute, but he does get his first ever professional point and assist on, as it stands now, would be the game-winning goal for Shay Spitz in the 5th minute. And with Cortez coming in, he'll join that 3-man front line, and Shay Spitz will come out to the left side of midfield. So he'll play as that left wing back. It'll be Lopez to send it in. It's a good ball from Lopez, but Dubois didn't want to dive for it. Perhaps a bit too deep, but you got to at least try and get something on that. There's nobody picked up the run of Dubois, but it was beyond him. So once again, we're seeing those services spent just about 1 or 2 yards, a bit too deep into the box from both ends of the field. As this will be a free kick in midfield for Wilmington, and once again, the Blues are going to have to defend at the top of their box. Heaney stands in his usual position over the dead ball. Easy for Wozinski. Out to Spitz, now playing on the left. Russell. Plenty of time to pick out his pass. Russell is playing as the link man between the defense and midfield. Defensively, he'll serve as that shield. Good running from George Davis IV. He's onside. Has 2 players in the box. As Chris Cortez had it stabbed away from him, so it will be a corner kick for the LA Blues. Gabriel Gonzalez was peeling away to the far post, and perhaps that ball could have been played to him. I think Gonzalez would have been all alone for a tap-in. But it is a corner kick for the LA Blues. I believe that's their first of the match. This ball does not beat the first defender. Good chasing from Cortez. Spent last season in the Mexican second division with Reynoso. Before that, he made 9 appearances for Chivas USA in 2011. Russell has to be careful diving in there. This is a good little spell for Wilmington as the offside flag stays down. The ball into the box. Have to be careful. Vatterson at the far post. And the shot vitally blocked by Shay Spitz.
Don't miss the LA Blues weekly show at 6 p.m. every Monday, only on Chaotic Radio. To get connected using your iPhone, iPad, or Android device.
Good running along the back line from Cortez, but he was offside. Lopez saw that, so he held on, wanted to play through for Gonzalez. Now Gonzalez gets it. Nice little touch back to Lopez. Tries to return the favor, just a bit too far ahead of him. Good job by Tuttle to come off his line quickly. Heaney. 22-year-old gets it out wide. Hall, not often beaten for speed, but he is here. And it's going to be a corner kick for the Wilmington Hammerheads in the 59th minute. Five players in the box for Wilmington, waiting to get on the end of this corner. Wozininski comes up big, able to punch it away. Utterson. Flag stays down once again. And the Blues with a chance to counter now. Spitz streaming forward. That's a beautiful ball into the path of Spitz. Good work by Nick Law to get back. Spitz off to Cortez. Think he had time to take a touch. Was looking to pick out that far corner.
LA Blues knocking on the door.
The Blues making their third substitution, but that was an excellent counterattack from the home side.
Substitution for the Los Angeles Blues.
As now Gonzalez is going to be replaced.
Leaving the game, number 20, Gabriel Gonzalez. Into the game, number 4, Nelson Pizarro.
And coming in is Nelson Pizarro. So that's a, that's a midfielder for a forward. So the Blues going to 2 up top, trying to crowd out this midfield and close out the final 30 minutes as we're on the hour mark here at Titan Stadium. And the Blues have a 2-0 lead over the 10-men Wilmington Hammerheads. Goals in the first half from Shay Spitz and Mershad Momeni in the 5th and 17th minute. The difference here is now it's just Cortez and George Davis, the 4th off top. And a rare giveaway by the Blues. Just beyond the outstretched boot of Craig, but he showed good elasticity there.
And take a quick pic of yourself at the game tonight. If you tag at LA Blues Pro in your tweet and get a retweet from the Blues, you may win a prize tonight.
Russell. So the Blues now with a 3-man back line, 2 wing backs, 3 men in midfield, and 2 men up top. Those wing backs still getting forward, though. To great effect as well. Spitz wins another throw-in. Pizarro, former Kansas City Wizard. There'll be another throw-in for the Blues.
It's way too quiet, fans. Come on now. Make some noise!
Good movement from Lopez. Another ball into the channel. It's been open all night for Hall. That's a better cross. Oh, and going for the flick was George Davis IV. As the Hammerheads getting ready to make a double substitution. Well, as David Irving called his 2 players back, so the substitution won't be made just yet. This is a better cross from Hall. And Hall was able to get over to George Davis IV. Went for the spectacular flick, but wasn't able to come off as he just missed it.
Allan Russell working hard.
So Russell again, that shield in front of the defense. Gets it out of bounds as it looks like it's now going to be a triple, perhaps a quadruple substitution. So a line change for the Wilmington Hammerheads. There's Utterson, Elenio. Looks like Heaney and Patrick coming off. So Stephen Perry coming on. Bryce Taylor scored 2 goals against the Blues in their 3 games last year. Mark Briggs, the assistant coach, coming on, former West Brom Albion player. So 4 new players in the match now for the Wilmington Hammerheads. Russell, fresh legs to really chase and hound the Blues as they try and possess the ball along this back line. Good movement off your screen up top from George Davis IV and Chris Cortez, but the Blues will keep it in midfield through Allan Russell. Cortez, double teamed. Somehow that ball stays in. Good defending from Wilmington on the far side. Tom Parrott also in the game. He, like Allan Russell, a ton of experience in both the Scottish Premier League and the Scottish First Division. So this ball floated in from Spitz. Cortez chasing, but it bounces past him and into the arms of Philip Tuttle. Tom Parrott joined the Wilmington Hammerheads in 2011 from Airdrie United. He's also spent time with Invernon Caledonian Thistle and Hamilton Academic Hall. So far, the high pressure doesn't seem to be bothering the Blues in the 65th minute as they continue to possess the ball in midfield. Well stepped in. Wallace screaming for it back. The former Richmond kicker able to get it forward to Stephen Perry, who wins the throne for Wilmington.
Let's go, Blues fans, make some noise.
Bryce Taylor, the Wilmington Hammerheads Rookie of the Year last season, with his first real contribution to this match. Ran into Stephen Perry, and the throw-in goes the way of the LA Blues. Hall loves making that run into space, but this time it's closed down. As Bentic gets it back to his keeper. Now, really, the first time Tuttle's put a foot wrong all night with the ball at his feet. His clearances and goal kicks have been stellar for the most part. Really can't blame Tuttle for either of the goals as well. Taylor. Parrott. Long range shot. Good save from Wozinski. That ball hit with real venom, and Wozinski, not sure he's going to do whether is Edem able to catch, but the way it knuckled, he had to punch it to safety. A good reactions from the big man Wozinski. This is the third corner kick of the game for Wilmington. Floated in by Briggs. Bypasses everybody, the far side of the box. George Davis IV all alone as the high pressure now starting to get to the LA Blues, who are unable to clear their lines, but the ball does go all the way back to Tuttle. As there's his ball was searching for Perry, but instead it's cut out by Shay Spitz. Cortez was looking to play the 1-2 with Spitz, but that was too easily telegraphed. Good defending by Steres. 22-year-old spent last season with the Seattle Sounders, but made no appearances. Before that, played his college ball in Southern California under Lev Kirshner at San Diego State. Plenty of time for Pizarro. Quickly gets it out to the far side. Good running from Davis. Davis unable to keep it in. Or Hall, rather. Well, Hall gets back quickly. As Hall ushers that ball out of bounds, and Wilmington creep up the far sideline via the throw-in. Wilmington trailing 2-0, but 4 substitutions coming in. Fresh legs, pressuring hard, and a goal would really change complexion of this game, but it's the Blues on the attack. George Davis IV waits for Russell to arrive on the scene. Taylor. Spitz getting back. Taylor looks like he wants to run at him. Still going Taylor, and Spitz got a foot in. Textbook one-on-one defending from Shay Spitz. And he's able to get it out wide. Pizarro. Keeping the ball the first priority for the LA Blues. Hearn. And Hearn quickly plays it off and gets back into that 3-man center defense. You want your wings backs to venture forward, but not necessarily the 3 men who are playing in the center half position. So that ball too far ahead of Shay Spitz, goes out for a goal kick in the 70th minute.
Dr. David Velasquez is the official chiropractor for the Los Angeles Blues. Dr. Velasquez is located in the city of Brea. Learn more about Dr. Velasquez by contacting him at 714-990-1318
Pizarro wins the header.
or
Cortez.
608-1221.
Hounded by Tom Parrott, rather. A lovely inner passing from the Blues. Opens up the space for Spitz. What a second goal that would have been for Shay Spitz. Took a deflection, says the referee, so it's going to be a corner kick. And if that's the case, that was an amazing save from Philip Tuttle.
Don't forget to get some tacos and beans and rice at the taco stand for $2 each. I'm about to have some.
But that combination play in such a condensed space was devastating from the LA Blues to open up that opportunity.
Come on, fans, where are you?
And Spitz almost picking out the far post for his second goal of the game. This one played really deep, sent back across goal, and that needs to be back across goal instead of right into the keeper. To be fair, that ball did come on George Davis pretty quickly. As here's Perry. getting around Miller. And what card is this going to be? It's just a yellow. And these Wilmington Hammerhead players are incensed that that wasn't a red. To be fair, Miller was not the last man back, but it was a foul that denied a goal-scoring opportunity on the counterattack. You can see the Hammerhead players saying this field should be level at 10 men apiece. Corey Miller should be off.
Yellow card given to LA Blues, number 15.
So free kick from a very dangerous position for Wilmington. This one, they can either shoot or float into the box. So we'll see what Mark Briggs has up his sleeve here. Bentic is also residing over the dead ball. Four-man wall being set up by Karl Wozinski. He'll want that last man even with the near post. As it's going to be pushed on for Bentic to strike. Wozinski punches to safety. Had nothing to do in the first half, Wozinski, but has been called into action several times now here in the second. And he's been equal to the task on each occasion. Has to deal with another corner kick here, though, in the 73rd minute. So in the end, it rolls out for a goal kick. Get out of jail free pass for the LA Blues. There's nobody able to attack that in the box. And now another substitution to be made, one apiece for each team.
Blues 2013 season tickets are still on sale. You can secure your 2013 season seats now for only $99. That includes all regular season, Open Cup, exhibition, and playoff matches. Kids 12 and under can take advantage of the kids season pass for only $49. Visit the fan table tonight to purchase or for more information.
So Wilmington's made their substitution, and now the Blues make theirs. We'll have those players for you as soon as we get confirmation.
Into the game for the LA Blues, number 8,
It looks like
Juan Pichi Perez.
it's Juan Kichi Perez coming in. Kichi is his nickname. Perez was injured in the first game in the 42nd minute of the opener as Anthony Obadiah came sliding in, studs up, slid right into his ankle, and Obadiah Phoenix was sent off right away. And Kichi was out from then on all the way until the away match against Orlando City, in which he played in the final 15 minutes and was able to win the penalty that Rodrigo Lopez scored on to make it 3-2 in the 89th minute. Also created a lot when he came on for the final 15 minutes against Tampa Bay, once again in a 3-2 loss for the Blues. And head coach Jesus Rico Sanz told me before the game today that he was going to get him on for the last 15 minutes, that he's been doing well in training, but his ankle's still bothering him. So just trying to get him some playing time as they build him back up, hopefully into a starting role. Bernal, a very smart player in terms of his movement, has spent time in the top divisions in both Mexico and in Hungary. George Davis IV. Off of Cortez last. 76th minute, Blues with a 2-0 lead. Both goals coming inside the first 20 minutes. 5th minute from Shay Spitz. 17th minute from Mershad Momeni. Bentic with the looping throw-in. One back by the Blues. Kichi let it run. Pizarro making his 7th appearance for the Blues. This time the long-range blast is blocked. Good battle in midfield. Cortez targeting up, turns, fires. Well over the goal and the locker rooms in the end. But a good quick turn and strike from Chris Cortez. Tuttle taking his time. Header won by Allan Russell in midfield. Spitz has the space if he wants to take it. Instead, elects to let Cortez get in there. Now he takes it. Bit of indecision from Shay Spitz gives the ball back to the Wilmington Hammerheads. However, unable to play out of their defensive end, and it will be a Blues throw-in in front of the midfield stripe. Russell looking for Spitz. Just ran out of real estate. Bryce Taylor with the throw-in. Hearn gets it back to Wozinski. Oh, what a ball from Russell. Spitz just couldn't control it. What a good look, though, from the former Kilmarnock man. Had Spitz been able to bring that down, he would have been away in the channel. Perhaps just a little too much mustard on that pass from Allan Russell. Nice little touch from Taylor. Stephen Perry to bring it down. And the former Notre Dame man is ushered off the ball. Keep it's the cry on the ground for the LA Blues. See, not forcing anything. If nothing's open, they'll go back with it. Clock is their friend right now. Pizarro.
Let's go, fans. It's too quiet. We have less than 15 minutes left.
Good ball for Hall. The flag stays down. Hall with a good first touch and a good tackle as well.
Corner kick for Los Angeles.
It'll be a corner kick as Hall's down now. Shay Spitz coming over to take the corner in the 80th minute.
Come on, fans. Get on your feet. Make some noise. Let's do this.
It'll be an in-swinger from the far side. Oh, that's a good ball to the back post. Miller was up. Russell to put it back across goal, and it's the third goal for the LA Blues. Surely it's game over now, and it's the substitute, Chris Cortez, who has sewn up all 3 points for the Blues. It has been Russell's distribution spot on all game.
Los Angeles Blues goal scorer, number 9.
It was a beautiful run from Chris Cortez into the space. Russell put it right on his foot, and Cortez gets his second goal of the season.
The assist goes to number 7, Allan Russell.
Allan Russell with his first point of the season.
Into the game, the Los Angeles Blues.
And now Matthew Hall will come out.
Charles Petty.
And coming on for him is the rookie out of Kentucky, Charles Petties.
Leaving the game, number 12.
It's been an excellent shift from Matt Hall. This is Bernal. Out wide for Spitz. That's a good early cross. Falls to the feet of George Davis. Cortez is onside. Tried to loop it over Tuttle, but it hits off the crossbar.
The LA Blues are still hungry, and so am I. Go get me some tacos, somebody.
Well, George Davis was waiting for that ball to come down, and that's what allowed Wilmington to get that block in. Almost worked out perfectly for the Blues, though, as it went to Cortez, who was onside, but his looping header off the post. Almost scoring 2 goals in 2 minutes, Chris Cortez. Good recovery from the Blues. Oh, got to be careful going to ground in the box like that. Connor Hearn, though, does get it over the line, so it will be a corner kick for Wilmington. So we're inside the final 8 minutes here at Titan Stadium. The LA Blues not only looking for their 3rd win here, but also their 3rd shutout. And another fabulous save from Karl Wozinski. Wozinski not at all happy with his defense, not getting out quickly enough, allowing that shot. Wozinski trying to protect against the old broadcaster's jinx. Is this ball loose in the box, and Wozinski covering his near post. Chance for a counterattack. Beautiful ball from Davis. Spitz is onside. Spitz in one-on-one against Tuttle. Off the keeper. Perez-Bernal, 4-0. That is counterattacking football, worked to its best. And that is why you always follow up on the play. Shay Spitz unable to get it beyond the keeper, but Bernal trailing the play, heads it over Tuttle and into the empty net. And the Blues are now looking good for all 3 points here at Titan Stadium. The most goals they have scored this season. The top scoring team in the USL Pro continues to roll as it is now 4-0 the LA Blues over the Wilmington Hammerheads in the 84th minute. Even though Shay Spitz didn't get that goal, credit to him for making that run. It was a beautiful ball slid through, and Spitz just unable to beat Tuttle, who did well to come out, make himself big, and close off the angle. Unlucky that the rebound fell so kindly for Kichi. It's Bernal's first goal of the season. Spitz looking to turn provider here, does win the corner kick.
Corner kick for your LA Blues. Come on, fans. It's Friday night. Let's let it all out. Big noise.
If you're a Blues fan, you have to feel so glad for Kichi Bernal, because he spent most of this season hurt, playing in pain right now, but able to come on, get some minutes, and get his first goal of the season as well. And it's really the icing on a cake of a spectacular performance for the LA Blues. And they're looking for more here, but this one will go out for a goal kick. Credit to Wilmington, though. Remember, they've been down down a man since the 18th second of this game. So the Blues playing well, but they've had that extra space on the field after the dismissal of Nicholson for a slide tackle on Allan Russell. Less than 20 seconds into the match, and that really changed the complexion of the game. Bit of a shame, because these two teams going head-to-head 11v11, you wouldn't see the kind of lopsided scoreline, but so far have to give Blues credit as well for taking advantage and for the way they've played tonight. As now it's all just about seeing out this game and getting the clean sheet for the LA Blues. The Wilmington Hammerheads were held scoreless just 5 times last season in the USL Pro and once in the US Open Cup. So this is a team that scores goals, Wilmington. The Blues have done a good job defensively tonight. They've picked the right times when to be aggressive. They've also picked the right times when not to overcommit. The two things that Jesus Rico Sanz asked his side to be wary of heading into this match, after both of those were consequences of goals that they gave up against both Orlando and VSI Tampa Bay in their 2 losses in Florida, where they conceded 6 goals in just 2 games. And this is Cortez at it again. Bernal is all alone on the far side if Cortez can pick him out, but instead he went for glory. And he comes over and apologizes to Bernal. So that's the second ball that Cortez has put over the roof of the locker rooms here. Did a good job to create that space for himself, just needs to keep his shot down. Bernal has to be screaming, though, over to let him know that he was wide open there. Goal kick for Tuttle in the 87th minute. Throw in from Jamel Wallace. Spent last season in Southern California with San Diego Boca.
Complete Sports Performance and Rehab is the official LA Blues.
Good ball from Pizarro. Tuttle off his line. And he'll let it roll into the box so he can pick it up before George Davis IV can arrive on the scene.
CompetePerformance.com.
Good run from Nicola. Bryce Taylor. Beautiful split from Taylor as well. And this is a good run from Parrott. Dragged down. The referee not interested. Pass misplaced by Shay Spitz. Good target play from Perry, and he wins the free kick. 24-year-old Perry had 2 goals last year after joining from Ekenas in the Finnish 3rd division. As it's a 3-on-2 going the other way for the Blues. Can they add the coup de grace? This ball just beyond Cortez. Will get there, though. Floats it to the back post. Bernal just unable to reach it. Final minute and a half now of normal time. And Pizarro with time to turn. Result all but confirmed here in the 89th minute. The LA Blues with a 4-0 lead over the 10-men Wilmington Hammerheads. Guess you could count that as a shot on goal for Russell. Into the final minute of play here at Titan Stadium. The Blues on the verge of going 3-0 here at Titan Stadium and 3-1 at home so far this season after racking up just 4 wins here in Southern California last year. Breaks. Taylor looking to run at Spitz. It's a good driving run from Taylor, but it's a good double team from Russell as well. Taylor still has it. Was trying to curl it into that far upper corner. As we are now into stoppage time here at Titan Stadium. It's been all LA Blues, 4-0 over the 10-men Wilmington Hammerheads. No confirmation of how much stoppage time there will be. 21 seconds have elapsed so far. Russell able to salvage the situation after a missed touch. Kichi checks in. Off to Cortez. Oh, and that's a solid tackle on the ground. Otherwise, George Davis IV could have been in. Perry gets around Dubois, but Dubois recovers well. Blues content to just pass out the clock. Of course, as I say that, long ball's played forward, but it's given right back to LA. Russell. 3-man back line has been stellar tonight Not only keeping tight and compact, but also stepping up in unison and getting this Hammerhead team offside on several occasions. It's a good sliding tackle from Davis. Davis looking to go alone, looking for his fourth. And Cortez almost got on the end of the rebound. Another corner kick for the LA Blues. Oh, looked to be a risky slide by George Davis IV, but he timed that to perfection. Almost stroked home his fourth goal of the season, but Tuttle got down well. So another corner kick, an in-swinger from the far side from Shay Spitz. And that will do it, as it's actually a foul. So that will do it for that corner kick. And Tuttle taking his time. That ball placed way outside the box. This moment, though, doesn't really matter. Bentek misses it. Able to get in front of Bernal and squares him up. Bernal inside for Cortez. And Cortez trying to curl it to that upper corner. Spitz was screaming for it as he was running all alone into that channel. But you like that from your forward. You want your forward to always be looking for that shot. And Cortez certainly has on several occasions, and he's been rewarded with a goal. The referee blows the final whistle, and the LA Blues with a commanding 4-0 win over the Wilmington Hammerheads. The action got started early as after just 18 seconds, Phil Nicholson was sent off for a challenge on Allan Russell. And from then on, Wilmington were down to 10 men, but the Blues pressed forward to make their advantage count right away as Shay Spitz scored in just the 5th minute off a feed from Jimmy Turner. And then Mershad Momeni with a 25-yard blast in the 17th. And then second half goals from Cortez and the coup de grace from Bernal with less than 10 minutes to put the game to bed for the LA Blues, who finish off with the 4-0 victory. And they now improve to 4-3 on the season, 3-0 here at Titan Stadium with all 3 of those matches shutouts. It's another clean sheet for Wozinski, his 3rd clean sheet of the season. And for the Wilmington Hammerheads, well, they'll just have to forget about this one. Quick turnaround time as they now head to Phoenix to face off against the Wolves on Sunday night. Well, the Blues can rest up until next Sunday when they take on the Pittsburgh Riverhounds right here at Titan Stadium. And, of course, that match can be found right here on USL Nation. Well, for now, that will do it for me. My name's Mark Zuber. For my incredible crew at Liquid Event TV and for everybody at USL Nation and USL Pro, it finishes the LA Blues 4 and the Wilmington Hammerheads 0. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a wonderful evening.
Hi, I'm Dr. Karen DePauli. Hi, I'm Dr. Karen DePauli of DePauli Dentistry, the official team dentist for the LA Blues. Whether you're an athlete, a soccer mom or dad, or a grandparent, you have people that depend on you to be your very best. Poor oral health can steal your heart health, your brain health, even your metabolism. Join the many satisfied patients at DePauli Dentistry and let us help you enjoy the peace of mind of good health and wellness. Go Blues!
The Fullerton Marriott is proud to be the official hotel of the Los Angeles Blues. Located on campus at Cal State Fullerton, we are within walking distance of Titan Stadium. Looking for a place to tailgate? Join us at the Hit Penny Pub for game day drink specials. And don't forget to ask about our special fan rates available on home game nights.